Salutations! Not used to hit point doing battles with the EXE Create / Final Fantasy style of enemy encounters rather than the facing frontward enemies like Dragon Quest or the Mother series. What other new differences can I expect from today's review of Gale of Windoria? Opening of a mother and baby Shan being told the story of the citizens of Teruru in control of the four elements that allied and lived with the humans. An evil deity named Apotheos awakened by a female deity named Mikt. Seduced by the power over death, her twin Shiera condemned her actions. So the warrior of the winds blew away the oncoming cloud of darkness, joining forces with the other three elements and put Apotheos back to sleep. Not without said clouds bringing ruin, so the Teruru changed into Tetra Quartzes and put their power over the lands to save them. Next scene is current day Shan wanting to be a cool knight while his dad has him as a craftsman. Tells him, go fight this flying mollusk called an aerolid and get its shell to make something out of it. Off goes Shan, who, after making the kill, hears a voice on the wind, a, quote, promise of the breezes. Returns to his father with this information, who replies, oh, your mom said much the same before she left. With your task complete, your dad does at least support Shan's endeavors by giving him a stronger weapon to equip, and off Shan goes to face the Knight Captain. Then sure enough, those prophesied clouds of darkness appear. A friend of Shan's named Wina is said to be sacrificed to appease the wind animal courts or whatever. Not on Shan's watch. Gotta find an alternative. And that's just the start, with Shan accompanying NPC Wina, keeping her from being sacrificed. You need to find some magical water in the next town over, which brings you to facing this cult of Mikt that wants the world to end, according to your second party member, the Watery Bathlet. A fire maiden about to be sacrificed herself turns out to be of the action variety, taking slot number 3 in Honoka. And into a desert, you'll get the earthy type, the mechanical golem known as Gachu, for your full party of 4. So about these Tetra Quartzes, they're the big elemental crystals. You're looking into why this cult is messing with them. As far as most equips for stats and skills, those are called Anima Quartzes. You get these in fights, talking to people, or just walking about and searching. Fights are chiefly for the new skills. Walkabouts are the status, strengthen, and skill effects. Equip a bunch of these of the same element to unlock bonuses there as well. They can also be strengthened to level them up. Certain skills are labeled certain kill, which can only be used by a certain number of times in one fight, which are certainly more powerful in effect as the trade-off. Certainly. I believe the hit point might be merging a bit more with the EXE Create games, because this is the first game that I recall having to fight enemies to eventually get 10 of this other currency to save up for 1,000 of them for 11 pulls of random equips. Mostly just random and rare anima quartzes that I think I mostly didn't mess with, save for a lucky 1 or 2. Platinum-wise, it's do the main story, kill enemies, obtain 100 quartzes, level up 30 of them to the max level. There isn't a do all side quest trophy, but there are some side stuff that you may miss if you aren't careful. In this game, you want to talk to everybody and search everything. There's these bookcases all over that you'll be searching from town to town. You'll want to find 5 books called The Biography of Fjorn. Then once you unlock your airship of the game, which, side note, for some reason there's no wraparound in this game for whatever reason. Nitpicky, I know, but still weird after so many games with that option. Anyway, once you unlock your airship, fly to an island on the bottom right and land there. Then search to dig a hole and get a crown for a trophy. When your transport called a Beagle gets upgraded, pay the 30k and get a lucky cat for a trophy. Shouldn't be too much trouble to get money if you always fight like me. Had help with RPG Insanity by the name of Spoiler Spree to put together a critting machine in Hanukkah. I'll show this clip here to, it might be a little different, but Shan and Hanukkah have these field nuke spells that, with Hanukkah's setup, always crits and wipes away enemy groups. Although you gotta wait a while to get to them. It takes a while to get new characters. But you'll be playing through this story. Talking to people gets you a side quest of toys started throughout your adventure. You'll end up going through 10 of them, and then you'll have to return to the first town's toy collector that started this whole side quest, which unlocks a quartz that strengthens and speeds up your party. That's another trophy. Again, it might take a while to get the ones I mentioned, and you have to keep an eye out. Everything else just pops up by playing the game. With proper grinding, I never game overed. It's certainly the easiest hit point mode Kemco RPG I played on this channel. Final boss was in the 60s while my party was in the mid to high 70s, so overall the game might take a bit longer to go through. It doesn't run a super breakneck speed as the more often EXE Create titles. I had some nitpicks where sometimes you don't get a map of the area you're in because, it's pitch black and you need to stumble around to find your way and hope you get to a torch you can light with your fire character to solve this. Then you get a map. But I personally never had an issue finding the way to the next scene, even when I don't find it. I might just miss a treasure or two, no real big, just expect a lot of random encounters. Presentation-wise, there's these cute close-up still arts of the characters when the story takes a turn. I almost forget about them because it happens a bit too infrequently for my tastes. Again, I might be nitpicking and I might be spending more time grinding. So again, you might not be speeding through this one, but I still do recommend it for a simple platinum and a fairly decent RPG. Next episode, I'm right back to EXE Create with the next Alphadia title, Alphadia Neo. But that's going to do for this episode of Catching Up with Kemco. Until next time, take care and thanks for watching.